get barreled, bro.
What is going on, Sports Basement? Matt here. So in today's video, I am going to give you everything that you need to have a great first experience surfing in the Bay Area, getting barreled, bruh. So in this video, we're gonna go over just quickly the gear that you need, the spots that you wanna go to as a beginner, and tips for success on your first day out in the water. So let's jump into it.
Even in the coldest water, wetsuits will keep you warm.
So you're gonna need a good wetsuit when you are out there surfing. This suit is going to keep you nice and toasty. So when you're in the Bay Area waters, you want a 4-3 thickness of the suit. So 4 is like how thick it is in the middle, 4 millimeters, and then 3 is in the arms. I don't know, this feels like a mannequin. I should be like directing this thing somehow. You gotta have your booties when you're out there surfing. They're like wetsuits for your feet. They'll keep your little toes warm. Gotta get some booties in that Bay Area cold water. You're gonna be out there and you're gonna want something to change from your wetsuit into your not wetsuit. So basically you can have a basic towel if you want, but if you got one of these guys here, you know, it makes it easier to change your clothes because you got like a thing that's gonna absorb all the water and it's a little easier to manage. You don't have a towel slip, that's no good.
So this is a little key box. You open this up, put your keys inside, close it back up. Good to go. Wax.
And last but not least, you are gonna need a surfboard. So you head on down to Sports Basement, and you got a lot of different options. So you can either buy a brand new surfboard if you know you wanna get into the hobby. We've got sizes from 7 feet all the way up to 9 feet and everything in between. You can also rent a surfboard, so Wavestorm is a classic option. 8-foot long foam board that'll have you having a great time out in the waves. I don't even know if you're gonna be able to see this. It's immediately getting so wet. So places where you wanna go to surf when you're just learning. So one of the best places is where I am right now, Pacifica, California, and specifically Linda Mar. Linda Mar is like the go-to beginner noob spot in Northern California, and there's a good reason for that. The waves here are very consistent. The water's not deep, there's not really a riptide, and so it's a really great, safe place to learn. And really the marker that you want to be paying attention for is the Taco Bell. So there's a Taco Bell right in the middle of Linda Mar. If you're a new surfer, you never surfed before, come here, find the Taco Bell, and then just go straight out from there and you'll be able to get some good waves to practice on. I think the other really great spot for beginners in the Bay Area to learn is Cowles Beach down in Santa Cruz. So Cowles is another beach where the water is shallow, there's not really a riptide, there's a bunch of other beginners around, and so it's just a really great place to go if you have never surfed before. Linda Mar, if you want sort of consistency day to day, and Cowles, I definitely recommend it, but check the forecast beforehand and make sure there's actually gonna be waves while you're down there. So those are the 2 locations that you wanna be starting out as a beginner. You know, once you get your sea legs under you, you figure out how to surf, there are tons and tons of spots all across the Bay Area that you can go to surf. But in this video, we're not gonna get into all that. That's something you can discover for yourself once you have, you know, really embraced the sport, started to love it, and then start looking out for some of the more intermediate and advanced spots. So things that you're gonna wanna do to have a great first day while you're out surfing. So number 1, you wanna check the forecast. You wanna make sure that it's actually a good day for surfing. So websites like Surfline to be able to make sure that you are surfing on a day where there's waves that are appropriate for your skill levels. You wanna make sure that you're ready to go into the water. So that means eating and drinking beforehand so you've got energy. Another thing you wanna do to have a great day out in the water is apply appropriate sun protection. That might mean sunscreen, it might mean wearing a hat, but you're gonna be getting a lot of sun exposure, so make sure you're taking care to protect your skin. You may look like a lunatic, but you won't get skin cancer, and that's what's important. Okay, so next up, I wanna talk about what you should be doing as a beginner in the water to have a great first day. You wanna just get the hang of being on the board, and the best way to do that is by riding the whitewater. First practice riding it on your stomach, and then work up to riding it on your knees, and then eventually standing up. Once you've been able to ride the whitewater, you'll be able to graduate to the bigger waves. So the last tip I have for y'all is a piece of surf etiquette. So when you're out surfing, you want to avoid dropping in on people. Dropping in basically means joining somebody on a wave when they're already on it. You don't really want to do that. It kind of kills the momentum of the person who is already on the wave. If you're at a beginner spot, you don't have to worry about it as much, especially if people are just riding the whitewater or they're riding directly towards the beach. But if you're at a location where people are riding the green part of the wave or they're riding parallel to the beach, then you want to look left and right before you take off on a wave to make sure that nobody is coming so you don't drop in on them. It's just a really good piece of surf etiquette, and if you practice not dropping in on people, you're going to have a good time out there, you're going to make friends in the lineup, and overall you're just going to have a better time.
All right, and that brings us to the end. Thanks for coming along, Sports Basement. Hopefully now you have everything that you need to have a great first day out in the water. Hopefully I'll see you out there on the waves getting barreled. Oh man, these get so cringy every time. It's all I know. It's all I know.